Good morning, everybody. This is Max Farrow. This is fxcopy.com, and this is 123, January 23rd, 2018. And we got some stuff to talk about today. Now, put your thinking caps on because we got a lot of stuff to discuss and get through because it's all about the money now. It's all about timing and money and filters and yummy stuff, okay? If you're watching this and you're brand new, you just started, if you don't know how to do all that stuff, don't worry. I got solutions for you as well. What we're going to talk about today is simple. All of our bots now will be put into what we call a filter series. We've talked about this a little bit in previous updates, okay? And this filter series is going to have two parts of it, right? One you could take part in right now. The other you can sort of get into, and I'll discuss that here in a second. So we got the Odin, we'll have the Grinch, we'll have Simply Forex, and we have Vader, okay? We're going to have some other ones too. One called Swipe. That's coming on. That's pretty powerful. And we're going to see how all these do. All right. So these are going to be in, listen, the percentage of these overall for all pairs on it's going to be low, right? It's going to be low because there's going to be some pairs that the strategy works very, very well on, and there's going to be some that it doesn't. But what we're going to do is we're going to filter these out, and how we filter them out, I'm going to show you how to do that in the EA settings, all right? So make sure you get logged into the back office of your DexFX, your member.dexfxcopy.com area, and we're going to adjust the signal provider EA settings rather than the global, okay? So cool. So here's what we're going to do. Each one of these pairs is going to have on a summary on our My Effects book account. I'll show you exactly where that's going to be as well under the performance area. Okay, and this is what you're going to do. You're going to go there. You're going to click on the link to go to My Effects book. You're going to look at the summary, and once you get that summary on, you'll see what pairs are doing well. Once that happens, you don't even have to take any one of these particular bots at any time. You could just use one if you want. If you want to use just Simply Forex and filter the summary out and do that, great. Or you could do them all. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is that you find a solution in there for yourself and you choose it. And I know it's going to be, if you have to sit down with me and have a consult with me, that's okay. Pick up the phone, set a consult, do whatever you have to do, okay? So what's going to happen is that you're going to come in. So this is you. This is your account now. And you're going to just look at like the Odin, go, you know what, the EU is really cool. I'm going to take the EU from there. I'm going to take a little bit of AJ from here. Here I'm going to take the CAD, USD, whatever, USD CAD. And then from the Vader, I don't want anything to do with the Vader yet, okay? And you're going to filter those winning percentage trades into your account. It doesn't mean you're going to win all the time, but you're going to have higher winning percentage rate trades put into your system. And that's what you have to look at, okay? That's what you have to start looking at. This is what professionals do all the time. They run a demo portfolio on the side to see how well they're doing, with keeps testing their strategy. Their strategy's constantly testing on the side, and they filter out what works and what doesn't work. Okay? So don't be too discouraged, because I'm going to show you right now. Here, let's go have a look at this right now. Okay, we're going to run over to the here is the Grinch, right? Now the Grinch looks terrible. Overall, down 9%. Oh yeah, oh, dying, I'm dying. This is the Grinch, okay? Let's hit the summary. And let's really look at it, okay? Now, there's some on here that are like, yucky. That's terrible, right? Because the strategy doesn't work well for it. Okay? But there's a couple that are shining stars. Euro JPY, 71%. USD CAD, 80%. All right. Now, if you can't find something too on the summary, you want both sides, longs and shorts, to be in the positive. Long positive, short positive. Okay. If you can't find something, then guess what? It's just not going to do it. Or that it has a good enough number to be in the positive. I mean, this is a pretty good rate, even though that it failed a handful of times, one or two times, right, on the sell, on the long sides. it still came out in a positive pip area. Positive pips, positive pips. So there's 3. Now, what I want you to do is that you're going to write this information down, okay? You're going to write it down on the side and say, look, the Grinch is going to, I'm going to look at the Audi JPY, the Euro JPY, and the USD CAD, right? You're going to look at those 3 and say, okay, that might be the one. Or, you know, as you write those down, then you're going to go to one of the others, which I'll have access for you here today. Let's go to the Simply Forex side. So right now we know that the Audi JPY does really well, or does okay on the other system. But look, on Simply Forex, it doesn't do so well. I mean, it's in the positive, but it's in the negative pips. So it doesn't really, you know, you want to look for positive, positive, positive all the way across the board. Euro JPY, huge, 63%. Great Britain Pound JPY, another big one. Okay, and this is all. If this is, hey, listen, if this is all we do, we just find these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 really strong pairs on 3 different bot systems, then great. Okay. So now we head over and we look at the Odin. And again, we hit the summary. We don't care what the overall is. What we're looking for is the diamond in the rough. Where is that at? And there it is. Great Britain Pound, Euro Great Britain Pound. Not so much concerned about because the shorts are pretty tough. Okay? What we're looking for are the shining stars, and not just the ones that have like 1 or 2 trades on it. We're looking for 3 or 4, 5, 6 trades on it. USD JPY looks like it's still holding its own. Okay? So that's another good one. And you want to have a running sheet on what works and what's not working for you. Okay? And as you start to see if someone starts to falter good enough, you want to take it off of your portfolio. Okay? Because you're going to have it on your portfolio, you're going to take it off. So this is why we have our own, right? So let's go over to Vader. Put the summary there. Now remember, we're looking for positive movement, Audi USD. It looks like we got a good run on a couple good pairs here. I know this one only has 1, so I wouldn't take this one yet. I would not put NZD USD because it only has 1 trade on it, even though it's sitting at 100%. It only has 1, and we only have a handful on here. Okay, so it looks like it's going to probably hit another positive one there. See what the history was. When was the last? It was 23rd. So yeah. So it doesn't do a lot, but it does. It does looks like it does okay. We could have the Audi USD, and you might need to let the Vader mature a little still. Right? Still need some time. Okay. Had a little bit of a falling out, and then again, it's all about settings. And again, these things should be at least a month old in the process, doing their thing. Okay. And I will have some more stuff for you in the programming. I will have more bots, more systems, more things to use in the next couple of days as we get through the week. Okay, so as you do that, let me show you now how to take this information. Let's just grab one, say from, we're going to grab the Grinch. We're going to see on the summary what was the best one there. We got the Audi JPY. Yeah, the Audi JPY and the Euro JPY. Okay, so I have the Audi JPY and the Euro JPY. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over to my account. You're going to log in. Yours may not look like this. That's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to signal providers first. If you go to global EA settings and you set them in there, you're going to set all of the bots for that. Okay. What we need to go to signal providers, and since we were on the Grinch, we're going to go to EA settings right here. We're going to hit on. we're going to set our lot multiplier to 1 if you haven't already. Right? That's our lot multiplier right here. Okay, make sure that it says 1 in it, or 1.0. You can't have a fraction or a decimal in there. Okay? So we said that we liked the Audi JPY and the Euro JPY, right? Good numbers to them. So that's what we put in here. Now, we don't go and put in all the pairs we don't want to trade. We put in the pairs we do want to trade. Now, if you do this, it'll never trade one of the other pairs for this bot on your system. So, but you also need to know the prefix and the suffix of your pair if you have one. If you're using Trader's Way, you're going to have to use an I, right? Now, it says just regular Audi JPY right here, but on your system, okay, on your system, what does it look like? On your MetaTrader 4, what does it look like? See, I'm using Audi, but then it has an I at the end. Okay, so I want to make sure that I use the same thing. All right. So it's, what was it? Losing my mind right now. Audi JPY and Euro JPY. This is why you write them down. Audi JPY. Audi JPY. I. Then you got to put a comma, and then Euro JPY. Comma. Okay? And that's basically it on this particular. If there was a third one, you could put a third or fourth or fifth. You can delete them when you want to take them off and hit Save Settings. Now, what this is going to do is that it's going to take anything that the Grinch does and only the Audi JPY and the Euro JPY, it's going to trade now to this account that I've set it on. Okay? So the other one was a Simply Forex. Let me go ahead and do that one. And grab Simply Forex. Come down to the summary. And which one am I looking for? This one also has a Euro JPY. Now, should you take the Euro JPY from this system and the other one? And the answer is no. Because you've got to look at it, how well does it do on this one compared to the other one? And you don't want to use both of them. You could use one or the other, but not both. But compare them both. Write down both statistics. Copy and paste this. You could easily copy and paste this into a spreadsheet, right? And find out which is the best one. But on this one, I'm going to use the Great Britain Pound JPY. Okay? Because it has a great rate. Look at that. Not bad. So we're going to do that again. We're going to go back into our signal provider area, go to our EA settings, put them on, do our lot multiplier to 1. I'm going to do swipe pairs. I'm going to go Great Britain Pound JPY I and hit Save EA Settings. Done. All right. Now, if you haven't followed those, I'm gonna do so now. I'm gonna follow this one, and I'm gonna follow this one. Okay, so basically what I just did right now sets up both of those two of them into my account that I want to run on as a filter. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Now, if you're unsure on how to do any of this, what I have just done right now, I can also do for you if you want to write in, and I can go in and pick out the couple and put them on and run them for you. But I'm also, right, let me show you this real quick. As these things are running out, okay, remember I said that I was going to make a golden system of the process, but what I'm actually doing is that I'm going to create what we call the Max Prime system, where the Odin, the SFX, or the Grinch and the Vader and the other ones, all that run, I'm going to pull out the best of the best, filter them out to the Trading Live with Max process. We're going to call this, we're changing the name to Max Prime. And Max Prime is going to have all of the filtered greatest trades out of each one of them. Okay, and I'll maintain this one. So you can go ahead for now and do all what I just said. For all of you that are watching this right now, you'll have access to the Max Prime for free of charge. Okay, that is all. It's all for you. But later on, what we're going to create is a system where when people can buy in, they can pay a little less money for this information, where they can go in and filter out and they can do all the work there, or they can pay a little bit more for this. Why? Because literally, folks, I mean, I'm transparent. It's not, everything's not all about the money, but this is about the money. It's about the work I have to do to filter this out and keep that maintained, and to get paid for that. Let's be honest, right? You want to get paid for your work too, and so do I. Okay? I don't mind answering your questions. I don't mind taking your calls. I love speaking to all of you. Every new person that I meet, I find as an inspiration to me, and helps me figure out who more and more people are. But one thing you have to know about me is that I will work as much as I possibly can for you, and it is now starting to all come together. Okay? So the Max Prime is going to be set up here in the next hour or so, and all the other ones, everything will be ready for you. It's 11:25, so I'm talking a little bit in behind the future. All right, if you go there right after you watch this video and it's not there, don't worry. Everything will be on the performance page, and I'll make sure that it's in the email, and in the email that you're going to get, that all this information is ready. Okay, that the Max Prime is ready, the Odin's on, all these things are on, and we'll go from there. All right, you guys have a great day. Oh wait, one last thing. I alluded to this the other day. We deal with so many companies that contact us to be able to help them get customers and do things and sell stuff and all that stuff. And I don't want to bombard you with a bunch of stuff. But when the time comes and you're finally making money, it is always about investing your money and investing your process. So we're always on the group and the look for new systems and companies that can enrich our bottom line. And that's what we have to look like. Diversification in our money that comes out, right? The first thing you're going to do once you start making money is that you're going to manage your lifestyle, right? Whatever that may be. But once you get to that managed lifestyle, you got to pay rent, you got to pay mortgage, you got to make sure the ROI is good, you got to show that your wife or husband that you've done it right and everything's golden, and whatever it is. But you're going to want to be looking for other investments, other things to get into, and we have plenty of opportunities for you to get involved with. All right, I'm Max Farrell. This is fxcopy.com's update, January 23rd, and I'll see you all soon. And as always, trade well.